All right.
I didn't hear
Project much?
anything that was,
Project
project very
this?
much because nothing was sensitive. I just said we're not going to do that. So we didn't proceed. And you can go ahead and carry on with the next message, Luke.
Alrighty.
Hey
All
y'all,
right.
I'm here for this talk. Shout outs to y'all, Colorful Aura, Lunar Goddess,
Hey.
and Luke Wiley. Does
Hey,
spirituality
hey.
help us find the creator? This is a good talk, y'all.
Dreamer, I hope that you're feeling
So what we have here is, does spirituality help us find the creator? The minute I got on, in fact, I'm sorry, the second I got on, and I asked my first question, I got hostility, and now they're denying the hostility.
better than you were. I hope that you're healing.
These folks call church folk, they call them ignorant because they're church folk. These are spirituality people. They make it as they go.
I
Yes.
can hear a little bit of your voice still, but we're gonna just run through these little couple of messages real
Yeah,
quick.
Mm-hmm.
let's run through it.
Let this man get
Yeah.
his chest
Let,
real quick.
let's go. I think you guys are triggered about being triggered. You're very hyper. So people cannot have, it says, unless you have the spirit, you are nothing of mine. So which spirit do you think that the Lord was talking about when he said that?
Play the
Uh,
next message.
yeah.
All right.
Please,
Here we
Luna.
go.
You need to find the creator, okay, before you find spirituality. Because it's the spirit of the creator that needs to be in you in order for you to be in the creator, right? That's 1 John. Read the book.
I love
I
this.
Um,
mean, doesn't
yeah,
the
In
but
my
creator
in
come
my
from
experience, when
within?
people talk about how the scriptures were manipulated with or tampered with, all those claims could never be demonstrated every single time. People are just so comfortable in talking about some kind of tampering with the scriptures, but they can never prove it because for that they would have to have a good sense of history of the textual evidence and how it was distributed and how we attain them and how they're similar with each other. Unless you understand that and you have a good study of the textual criticism, then you can't talk about manipulation of the scriptures.
so
One more.
All right,
Kaiser,
one more.
any
In my
messages?
spirituality, I'm taught that that I'm supposed to be able to explain and hand over and explain the hope that is within me, right? And I feel that unless you can start answering and explain to people, because God made us a reasonable people, and if unless we can explain coherently and cohesively what it is we believe and why we believe it, then we're basically just in a closet in our own little world, and that person's spirituality doesn't look like mine, and mine doesn't look. How do you validate anything that you believe? You don't. We don't live like that in the real world. Outside of spirituality, why would we live like that in the spiritual realm as well?
Oh, it's so nice you got feelings. Okay, Luna, can you proceed on to what you were saying?
I don't
Yeah.
even remember.
Open,
Yeah,
open
Like
so
hostility.
we were talking
it's
about,
you know what I
There
will
you go.
say, that it's all good. You know
It's
what I'm
all
saying?
good.
What you choose to believe, Mr. BX Blues, is what you choose to believe, and however you feel about this conversation is how you feel about this conversation. And guess what? I embrace you, and I meet you with
Indeed.
love.
You must
And
know
I
me from
pray for
somewhere.
your spirit, I pray for your mind, and I pray for your heart, and that you continue to prosper in everything that you do. Love and
Oh,
light
that's
to
nice.
you.
That's nice.
Yep.
That's nice for somebody that's
Gotta
so
love
triggered.
Lunar.
I'm just glad he got feelings. So
I'm
when
glad he
we,
was able to get that out of his system because
yeah, that's
he's been
good.
wanting to get
Wow.
that out for a long time. And I love
Hmm.
when people feel like I love when people
Wow.
feel like they just
He's
have
silly.
to challenge. You know what I mean? They just have to challenge something, and that hey, you by all means go for it,
Honestly,
go for it.
I,
But
I just I just see this shit as all man made at the end of the day. Like, the
What?
reason I really got
Man
into
made.
astrology in the first place was because the stars really spoke to me.
Wait a
I
minute.
honestly believe that is the
Subsequent
answer
muted.
we're looking
Oh, they don't
for.
want to hear from me
But I don't
anymore.
think it's necessarily a
Check it out.
creator that
Check
created
it out.
everything. I think everything already existed. Because we have things like black holes that allegedly exist through scientific evidence, allegedly. And we look at this information and we think, what is powerful enough to move a sun, a planet, a moon, another planet, another moon? A black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it like time is not really constant. That's just something that's man made. The
Mm-hmm.
same way I look at religion. I think that it's man made.
It is.
So how can I base a theory of our existence on a man made scripture? I don't think there's a comparison there. But I get it, not the popular opinion. I'm just trying to be semi logical about it and put it together. So that's how I've been viewing it, and that's why I align with spirituality.
I think that
And everyone have a viewpoint.
I think that life is all about just putting the pieces of the puzzle together. We're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose and to do a job. And whether we choose to live out that purpose or what have you, that is
What is she
your
talking
personal
about?
business.
What
I'm going to live
purpose?
my life the way that I choose to live my life, and
Exactly.
I'm going to support me
Indeed.
through
And the
that.
same for your
And you know what I mean.
spirituality.
And I welcome other people's opinions and beliefs.
No, you
Like
don't.
that is unique to you. That
Right.
is important to
No,
you. That
you
means
don't.
something to you. And by
Sure don't
all
feel like it.
means, you do that. Be that. Live that. If that is your truth,
You do
then I
you.
support you through that.
You do
So I
you.
have a question for you, too. If the concept of time is irrelevant and it's not constant in other spaces of different galaxies, right?
What?
Then does that affect natal charts? Because natal charts are based on planetary positions upon your
Hmm.
birth, the time of birth, right? And all these
Ooh,
different things.
that's a good.
So does that change
That is a
or is that
very.
still constant?
That's a very
And
interesting question.
I
Search
don't know,
them.
because I
I
told you I'm
don't.
fascinated with time. So surprise.
I be
I'm
thinking about some shit when I smoke weed, okay?
very
Okay, here we
fascinated
go.
with time. So that
That's
would be
what it.
hard for
That's
me to explain.
Time is like my
getting
favorite
blistered.
theory to
There's
figure out
nothing like
because
getting.
time literally
There's nothing like getting blistered and getting spiritual.
answers all these fucking
It
questions that we've
does.
been trying to figure out for years.
Mhm.
But humans are too busy humanizing their existence that they can't even see
What?
what's in front of them. Look up at the
Humanizing.
sky every fucking night. Tell me
I
what you
do.
see up there.
Mhm.
Man,
That shit
I'm
is
a
very
cloud
telling.
chaser.
Me too.
I am
I'm
a,
watching
others
a
are
sun
cloud
gaze,
chasers. I am
moon
a
gazer.
cloud
Right.
chaser.
Yeah, I am definitely
Man.
very intrigued by the sky. I actually was just sitting outside
So, what does it say when you look up at the sky? Okay? Your conceptualizations are just as good as mine.
yesterday. I put some food on the grill, and I'm just
Hmm.
watching the clouds move. And I'm on the phone with my beau, and I'm like, you ever wonder how clouds move?
It must be so nice to just live off of conceptualization and yet not welcome any kind of questions or anything to validate what you believe. I mean, we don't walk like that at any time. If somebody tells me, well, wait a minute, are you a Republican or independent? Why are you an independent? You know, everything seems to have an answer. Why do you choose to live here instead of there? Why did you sign up for that college and not that college? According to these people, that's an offensive thing to ask. Why are you asking?
And he's
Man,
like, it's not the clouds that move, it's the earth that's moving. And it also, but it brought me to this thought, like, well, how does the earth move and we are not?
This is the paganizing of America. There's a lot of people out there, and a lot of people I notice, a lot of them pagans, they tend to be around the way folk. Okay, people from around the way, from the inner cities, from the streets. Okay, colored people like me. Okay, Latinos and a lot of African Americans, a lot of black people. They gravitate to this whole, universe thing, and I'm with one with the universe and stuff. Wow.
Like our foundation is not shaky. You understand what I'm saying? Like how
Right.
are we? How does it feel like we're just still?
Like that. Stuff like
Well,
astrology.
I'm never going to get an answer to my question. So We're never going to even have a conversation when a mere question becomes so, I mean, triggers people
Technology
so
helps
much.
guide you through that because you
And
really
now,
start to read the readings every day, and then you start
right.
saying,
Hmm.
is this tied together? Is that
And you
based
don't
on a
hold
real
on
life
to
event?
things. Yeah.
It's like
I
Like
would
you don't
say
hold on
it's
to
like no,
traumas
you
and
know, they
things like
have
that.
no
At least
rhyme or
me, I
reason.
don't know for
They
other
just
people,
want
you
the
know, with
essence
the
of
background
feeling
I had.
spiritual.
You know,
They want to
I
feel
would host a
spiritual,
lot of hate,
but they
hate share
don't
in my
want
heart. I
anything
wouldn't like
to
this, wouldn't like
align.
that.
They
My
don't want to
mom this
connect
and
the
did that.
dots.
But you know, once you look into that and see, you know, it's messages from your mom and your dad in there, even if they weren't in your life. It
hmm
says, and so
I
it
You're
makes
when
losing
I
sense.
listeners.
when I did my birth chart, it really showed me a lot about myself. And honestly, so last year when I came back to PA,
Mm-hmm.
going through something like I was just going through something, and I was having pain in my left knee. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was
All
having
right,
trouble. I think I don't know if I told you this before, Sasha,
this
but
is
I was
not
having pain
this
in
is
my
not
left
going
knee, and I
anywhere.
was having trouble like walking up and down
So
stairs.
yeah,
It got to a point where I
I
was
don't
having
think
trouble
these
walking
folks are
because
gonna.
I was
I don't think they're gonna really. They really want to. They the title says, "Does spirituality help us find the Creator?" Okay. So what exactly does that mean? When I say, when you go and you try to engage the question in the title, they make you feel guilty for having asked it. Okay? But it's because there's no real thought behind it. It's just a flurry of emotionality and nonsense talk about some spirituality that really doesn't exist. Because what exactly do they mean by spiritual? These folks made reference to the Bible a number of times. But the Bible talks about that the spirituality in reference to the spirit, it's either the spirit of God or the spirit of Antichrist or the spirit of evil.
in pain every day. And so I had really
So then what spirit are they referring to? And how do they validate which spirit they have or that they even have the spirit? How do they know it's not just, heartburn? How do they know it's not just their own emotions? If the next person doesn't have the same spirituality as they, how do you share your spirituality? If yours is a heartburn and the other one is indigestion, if it's not the same thing, how do you relate to other people? How is it they come together and they have so much agreement, but then they don't exactly have the same tenets? you know they speak and then the other one adopts it as soon as the person is speaking it, and then the other person speaks some spiritual mumbo jumbo, and then the next person says, okay, I'll latch onto that too. So it's like, just picking at fruit.
realized that well, I ended up going. I looked at
It's like picking hors d'oeuvres. I think I'll try a little bit of this, I'll try a little bit of that, like a buffet of religiosity. you know so I mean, it's sad, but that's why I want to shake up people like this and the people that are listening to them, because people don't like to be shooken up. Okay? And that's what the Christian is here for. The Christian is here for is to shake up. And if I will shake up the person who's talking, okay, on the panel, then hopefully I'll get the attention of somebody who's listening.
my birth chart a few years ago, but I found another website that I was told about actually. And when I looked that one up, it went more in depth about who I am and what my purpose and things was. It broke down
Okay, so they're basically not even going to talk about the issues pertaining to the title. They're talking about some, random stuff, and but I guess sometimes when you're on these podcasts, you're doing something else, and you forget that you're away from your phone to kind of like, let me get out of here. This is boring me. Well, that's probably what a lot of these people, the few people that are on here, are probably caught up in this nonsense talk that's not going anywhere.
all the houses. It broke down the planets being in certain Chiron that coming back here to
Wounded
heal.
healer.
It was,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's big. So I do like the natal chart and with time and everything. Even though I know that I feel
Right.
that time is not real, I feel that
Right.
in
Time is
certain
not
aspects
real.
it it's necessary, I guess, because it helps us
She said time is not real. We're living in time. How can time not be real?
with things like this, because if you need your time of birth to pull up your natal chart so that you can get a more
Yeah,
in-depth look at who you are,
right.
then and for that purpose I
Honestly, I don't know what she's talking about. Something about some natal charts. I mean, what is that? Is that some kind of women's health thing? I don't know what it is.
I receive that, you know what I mean. If we have time for that reason, then I'll accept
Oh, okay.
time. You understand what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
I know I don't.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
One
But I'm
last
still
message,
gonna look
folks.
for
Come on.
answers.
Yeah,
As you see,
absolutely.
you never
Continue.
stop. I don't
Listen
think
to
you
my
ever
last
Exactly.
stop.
message. Come on.
Continue.
But let's play this message real quick. Let's hear.
I said, sir, I support you through whatever you choose to do with your life. Have a great one. But I'm choosing not to entertain that, because you just want to challenge
Oh, they're
us,
gonna
and
cancel me,
it's
huh?
like you're not challenging us to
Cancel culture.
have a healthy conversation. You're doing it to try to prove a point, or try to prove that we are
And then
wrong and you.
I'm trying to have a conversation. Yes, I am. You're the one that got triggered by my first. Even before I said it, you were already determined to be triggered.
posing.
And imposing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And by the way, I mean this show is literally helping guide other people through their journey.
Mm-hmm.
it's not like we're
Exactly.
just on here to be right. We're not looking to be
Right.
right.
So then, why are you so offended?
We're not looking to humanize this shit. We're just chilling. We're having a good conversation. We're diving
We
deep.
show a lot.
Not with your audience. You're not.
And learning too, because I'm still
Yeah.
learning.
I,
You
I
know,
know
I
you
have a
guys
lot of
are liking these.
information.
If you're still learning, why can't you learn from somebody who knows more than you? That's a possibility if you admit you don't know everything.
It's hard
Questions, by
sometimes
the
to
way.
express it.
I
So,
agree with
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I
So you
agree with
guys are
it.
liking these questions so far. I'm trying to, get you guys going a little bit.
No, I like it. I like it. And like I said earlier, I know for a fact that I don't have all the
This guy on the right sounds a little high, if you ask me.
excuse me, I don't have all the answers. Um mhm.
Where do you think the tarot cards originated from? Like, who created the image?
Okay, so it seems like I think they're not going to listen. They're not going to. They're not going to play my message anymore. So I think I've been officially canceled. But that's how it is. Okay. Now, folks, I don't purposely
Images and the
I don't
words.
purposely
Like,
want
where
to
did
be a
that come from?
troll. Okay, but honestly, people have to be shaken and recognize that you're not answering. Okay, you're getting triggered. All I did was ask you a question. Do you have an answer to the question? Okay, the minute somebody comes and holds them to an accountability of making sense, you know, I
Okay, so
let's see.
I took two tarot courses
Okay,
over
so basically, if I refuse to answer something that I'm obviously putting out there, okay, and I'm selling something, but I don't want to answer any questions about the product that I'm selling, right? Okay, or we're talking about or promoting or advancing or speaking, uh, speaking well of something, and I'm out in the open forum, in the open public square, and somebody asks me on the quality of my product or to validate my product, and I get triggered from the question, what does that say about not just the person, but also what they're selling or what they're featuring? In this case, whatever they're talking about, their spirituality.
the past few years or whatever. And the one girl,
Okay, well, I'm out. This has been True News 365. Check me out on TrueNews365.com. Okay, and check out my YouTube page where you'll see a lot more of this type of stuff. Take care.